Testing, testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. It looks like everything is nice and chill. We'll be beginning in 5 minutes. Alrighty, time to play Tangle Tower. This will be a very chill stream. I had a rather stressful beginning. I was basically trying to play Phoenix Wright and things started getting messed up. Hopefully this little test stream here will go well. So far, it looks like everything's good, but we'll see. Tangle Tower is one of my favorite games, and as a result, I decided to just kind of play this as a stress relief sort of game. Plus, like, I enjoy the artwork is so good. I want more people to start talking about this game. I barely hear anybody talking about it. Also, I think
Ready, Sally?
my stream might be a little bit delayed, like on chat and stuff. So if anybody joins or has a message, there might be a bit of a delay before I can see it. Just letting you know.
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Hello there, one viewer. I'm just playing Tangle Tower. I'm doing a very chill sort of stream for today.
Just checking.
I hope you enjoy the game.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank.
Yep.
Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Alrighty, the case file. I'll read it out, so just sit back and listen to the sound of my voice if you happen to like it. Alrighty. Murder victim Freya Fellow, age 19, died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, age 58. Location, Flora's Tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. Probably the victim's. Tangle Tower. A small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay. I've played this game several times before, so this won't be a blind playthrough. I do know what's going on, but I just love it. Like, the look of the game, the gameplay, it's all just so fun and colorful and vibrant. I always get a kick out of it.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
This is one of those games where you want to click around at everything and just kind of explore.
It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
Why is the sky yellow?
Not everything is a mystery, Grimoire. The sky can be whatever color it likes.
Mountains.
Nope. They're too steep and too smooth to be mountains. They're more like cliffs.
Whatever they are, they go all the way around the lake, like a barrier.
Ominous. Very scary.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent, wooden wind chimes.
Ready? Time to go. The little figurines are so cute. This whole game has almost this pop-up picture book quality to it. Like, even the colors, like, it feels very watercolor-like. It looks really cool.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster.
Playing a harp.
Playing a harp. Hang on a second. This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
She's right, this is a puzzle that you can't solve quite yet. You will be able to eventually solve it, but yeah, we're gonna have to just go back.
Let's come back later.
And leave this alone.
It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Harp statue. An old weather statue of an amphibious creature holding a large heart. Symbols are engraved on each of the heart's 4 column segments. And sorry if there's any background noise. I live in a rather populated place, so apologies.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
Don't tell me the plants are artificial too. Hi, Gargoyle.
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
Right, of course.
Also, the voice
hawk
acting
bear
is really
lizard.
cool. Yeah, the voice acting is very nice in this game. The delivery of the lines are so good. Sorry, I gush about this game sometimes.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
It's a path through the garden. Leads up to the house, I assume.
Didn't mean to click on that. Alrighty. Now up to the front door. Main entrance. There we go.
Oh,
What?
oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle tour.
Tour.
Twar.
Twar. Do you ever do that? Like, when you notice like a sign is like missing a letter, you just try to pronounce it as it is? I always do that because I always find it funny. That's just me.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Cute. Alrighty, let's check out this letter in the bushes.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there.
Ooh.
Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No hesitation, just let's read it. He is a detective.
No, definitely.
Absolutely. That's why we're doing it. Alrighty, opened letter. The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Huh, okay. Mysterious. Ooh, this is a point-and-click puzzle mystery game, after all. Also, oh, can I pick up that O?
Oh,
What?
oh, there's
Oh,
the
no, okay.
Tangle.
twar.
Twee.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Alrighty. So I
Let's
actually
head to the crime scene first.
Ah, damn it, I was gonna go around
It's at
back.
the top of the west tower, I think.
Damn it. Oh well. Oh, hello to viewers. Don't mind me, I'm just doing a very laid back, almost ASMR stream of Tangle Tower. This is a really fun game. It's on the Switch if you guys want to ever check it out. I highly recommend it. It is a very fun game. Plus, absolutely gorgeous
What
as you can
is
see.
that?
And great voice acting.
I think it's a family tree.
Let's look closer. This sounds boring. Okay. Basically, this is the 2 families of Tangle Tower. Let me see. There's the Pointer family and the Fellow family, and you can kind of see where they come together here. That's going to be important, like who each of the family members are and all that. There we go. Sometimes there's a little bit delay on the Switch and where I'm pointing. Luckily, it hasn't been too bad. I've been able to play pretty well.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
An aquarium?
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Oh, that doesn't sound frickin' ominous at all. Alrighty. So I think...
Stairs.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. How do I point up?
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think. Let's head to the... It's at the top of the West Tower.
Whoops. My bad. Been a while since I played the game, but I'm pretty sure...
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm an idiot. I think you're supposed to drag this. Yes, you are. I'm an idiot. Ah! I'm sorry! Oh well, made for a funny little moment. Alrighty, Forest Tower. I really like the atmosphere in Tangle Tower. It has a very spooky sort of atmosphere. You just constantly feel like something's off, but you're not entirely sure why or how. It's not really a horror atmosphere, but it's just something I really enjoy. I've always wanted to write stories with this kind of atmosphere. It's just so nice. It fits mystery games and stories very well.
Let's take a look at that painting first.
Oh yeah, sure, let's take a look at the painting and not the woman standing right there. How rude could it get?
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Jeez, ominous. Alrighty, painted portrait. Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. So part of the premise of this game, part of the marketing, was that a painting had killed someone. And that's almost exactly what it looks like.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
And there's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
The animations are really good in this game. I always like just staring at them. Alright. Taking a drink of water. Alrighty. There's something very strange about how Freya was killed. Alrighty. It's holding the tip of the knife. Was used to knock out. Is completely covered in. Was used to kill. What's that? Used to kill. The painting was used to kill Freya Fellow. A paintbrush was used to kill Freya Fellow. There it is. But it was removed from the scene, but Freya stole it because it stabbed Freya. Because Freya was going to eat because Freya put it there. Freya was going to eat the painting. That's what it was. Okay. Because it stabbed Freya. At least I think that's what it was. Hold on. My painting is used to... Okay, yep. This is it. Okay. Is holding a knife. A Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya. That's what the game wants. That's the conclusion the game wants you to go to, even though it's very much a nonsensical kind of conclusion. Also, getting these wrong or just doing this is very funny.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, Where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
It means we just go home, that's what. Tangle Tower, an unfinished painting. Alrighty, let's continue. Alrighty, so I think from here we can explore however we want. So we can go wherever we want and meet all the residents of Tangle Tower. So let's talk to her.
Flora... Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Did you?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Ah, come on. Okay. Yourself?
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't elicit a response, I like seeing the animations and what they say. So it's, even if it doesn't amount to much, like, just click on these, is a lot of fun.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Alrighty. Yeah, if she was posing for the portrait, then she must have potentially seen who committed the murder, right? At least you think.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
Nope.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Oh. In which case, she probably didn't like what you just said. Alrighty.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so.
Old school.
Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
Old school.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
And that's old school. Alrighty, gramophone. It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck.
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Nice. The cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There is a handwritten message on the label to Freya. Aw.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Egg.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones.
Yes.
What a completely ordinary object.
Look closer.
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Okay, so the trick here is to look at the back and see which gems connect to which. Alrighty. It's a little tricky because it's inverted, so you're constantly having to go back and make sure you got it. Okay, so this. See, I was looking at a particular one. Okay, that one is a purple gem with a diamond. With a yellow diamond. Go. And here we go. The trick is to take it one step at a time and just to do the shapes that you recognize. So I'm gonna do this square one here because that one's really easy. So that one is a yellow diamond and a star. Okay, and it's right here. So yellow diamond and a star. And the star should go right here. And the yellow diamond should go right here. There we go. Alrighty, let's do this long one right here. And that one is 2 pink gems. In those shapes, because I'm bad at geometry. Okay, ready, so it would be... Wait, let me check. Oh, did that one get swapped while I was... Nah, let me see. Yeah, I think that one did. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Alrighty, what's the next one? Okay. There's a deep groove one. That is very... Okay, so... Pearl and purple diamond. Alrighty. And the pearl should go in long one. So, like this. Alrighty. Yeah. Sorry, this isn't the most ripping thing in the world. A lot of puzzles are just thinking things through. Okay. Oh, pretty. And I think we just swept these two, and that might be it. Let me double check. Alrighty, let's give this a shot and see.
Nope.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the...
Yeah.
Pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
I got that. Okay, so if I'm missing something.
That's the one.
Yep. Just had to fix those two. Nice.
Hey, not bad. Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg's a clue, right?
Alrighty, an empty egg. So there was something that was supposed to be important in here, but now it's gone. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is a soft velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Alrighty. Now we got that. We already talked to Freya.
We're at the top of the
floor.
tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
There's something odd. Also, door.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
You think?
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
so she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Flora Fellow was found on her back with a single wound on her chest. In other words, she was facing the painting when she was stabbed in her front. So how could that be when she was apparently standing right up to the canvas?
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
And the thing is, there are no holes in the canvas whatsoever. So how was she stabbed when she was standing right there?
Freya's painting supplies.
They're also cracked. Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. For some weird reason. Alrighty.
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh no, I already checked this out. Dang it, sorry. Alrighty, so I think we're pretty much done here. So let's explore and meet all the rest of the residents of Tangle Tower, shall we? Take it one room at a time. Workshop. Hello.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, there's no secret rooms in a big mess of towers anywhere. A mysterious mess of towers. No, there's no secret rooms here.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer / treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
I'm sensing a little something from you, man. Also, hello, second viewer. Thank you for joining me for this evening. It's just a chill, almost ASMR kind of stream of Tangle Tower.
Why
Hope you
on
enjoy it.
earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow.
Ring
The
a bell?
reason we're here.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Come on, spill it, old man. What you got?
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
How admirable of you. Alrighty, so let's see if we can't get some more info out of her.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of three. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
Okay, she doesn't like spending time with just about anybody. Okay, good to know.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
I love presenting self-portraits to people. It's the same as in Phoenix Wright when you present portraits of people to the actual people themselves, like their own self-portraits. You get some really hilarious dialogue.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a Fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
AKA, money was probably not the reason why she was murdered if she was basically a distant relative to the family. It's complicated.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Yeah. Already painted model, a wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby. Before I forget, I think we're supposed to present this to him.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Sure.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course. I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
It would have been a beautiful painting. Rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Uh-huh. So, he doesn't believe it's a knife, or at least it doesn't look like that to him. Interesting. Very interesting.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Let's look closely.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map, too.
Alrighty, so the trick to this puzzle is to look at this. Look at this picture right here and map it to the treasure map and put the coordinates into this little box here. A lot of the puzzles are pretty straightforward. You basically just gotta figure them out. You also have to take into account the distance, because that palm tree, for instance, is very far away, whereas the monster is a little bit closer, the mountain's right here, and we're practically on top of the X. So you gotta take all that into account. So we might be looking at H6 West. That might actually be location. Let's try it. H6 West. Whoop. Whoop. I go too fast on these. My bad. There we go. Now let's see if this works.
I did it. What do I win?
Sweet, first round, first go.
Not bad. What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
A model resembling a child with green hair, a model resembling a woman with gray hair, a model resembling a red and white bird, a model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. Oh, burn. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. Alrighty. So, you can tell what some of these people are, but you can't tell some of the others. But yeah, let's ask Felix about it if he'll answer us.
Ah, you found it.
Yep.
What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
And you'll learn about those people a little bit later. Yeah, let's check out the room some more.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
Getting a hammock would be nice, but I'd be kind of afraid of like falling out. Is anybody else afraid of falling out of hammocks? Or is that just me? Sleeping in one would be nice though.
Fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
Gives a certain ambiance to the room, doesn't it?
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure.
And if he's voiced by Robin Williams, please.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
Ooh. That'd be pretty cool, I'd say. Oh, looks like I'm experiencing a little bit of lag. Come on. Are you bad or are you good? Oh, looks like you're... okay.
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Alrighty. Okay, looks like the cursor is doing okay. A bit of a slight lag, but nothing that is unplayable, luckily. I had a lot of problems today with the stream, so I'm actually kind of happy that the lag is not too bad. It's slight, but it's nothing too bad, but that's the reason why I'm a little bit awkward.
That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Is that what you get?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Photo of painting. A small photo of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. It's interesting because when I asked some of my friends to look at this, I'm like, what do you see? And some are like, oh, there's a woman here. Oh, it's like a mountain with like a dark sky. It's actually interesting to see what people think of this painting. It's very abstract.
It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Yeah. Don't shame Grandma.
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight?
Or at least not a lot.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either.
The thing that people bring up about Tangle Tower, at least all the members of it, is just how trapped they all felt. And Freya was one of those people, and you can kind of see, especially with the way her room is.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty. It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Yep. Hey, Teddy.
Freya's bear.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
I imagine so. Oh.
It's a fish, I think?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
Nice.
Painting supplies.
That's not too unusual. Okay. I think there's a puzzle right here.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
Some of these puzzles, especially the music, and during these puzzles remind me of like Professor Layton.
They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Yep. So what you have to do is you have to assemble this here, and then see how it translates over here. There we go. There we go. Alright, I'm getting it. There we go. Alrighty, so we got this assembled, and now we can start to do the paintbrushes. Sorry, this isn't the most riveting part. This is one of my first ever streams. Okay, so... Oh, I'm still a little bit tired, but don't mind me. Okay, so the first line is meant to have a yellow paintbrush. And I believe this means it's meant to be this height. So this might actually work because the only one is right here. Well, actually, I think it's meant to be more small, so... Okay, we'll figure it out. And this one is meant... This next one means it has like a green paint on it. This one means this paintbrush and a pink handle. So that might actually be the second one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And okay, so this one is meant to have blue. So let's try that one right there. Boom, boom. Let me see. I wonder what happens when I move this over here. Here. No, I don't think that would work. They're meant to not look so awkward. Let me see. No, it's meant to have a orange stem, but is this meant to be the height? It's meant to have blue. So all looks okay so far. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I don't think it's very fancy. Yep.
Did you find a hint on those scraps of paper? It looks like a ripped up jigsaw puzzle.
Yep, that's what I thought. So it's meant to be tall. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Then that won't work unless it's meant to be. Just to read it like that, then it would go. Dum, 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 dum. Boop.
That was incorrect.
Each brush
That's
has various characteristics. Height, bristle shape, paint color. The information we need is on the paper. Once it's been rearranged, I mean.
Okay, I think I got the paper rearranged all correctly. It's just getting them in the right order.
Still locked.
So, the paper just... There's a couple of brushes with each characteristic, but only...
I know what to do, it's just doing it. Okay. So this is meant to have an orange handle. This is meant to have just green paint. this is meant to have white brush, this meant to be blue, meant to be low, and this one's meant to be higher, I believe. 1, 2, 3. This wouldn't be a bad solution.
Still locked.
But it's
So,
not the right one.
there's a couple of brushes with each character.
Let me see.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each characteristic.
This one just has that. Let's see. This one. Last one.
Still locked.
So, there's a couple of brushes with each.
Bum, bum, bum. I got this right last time. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble on this one. Okay. I definitely think it looks like that. Orange handle. Green paint. My brush with a pink handle. Blue. Well, this one looks like it's meant to be tall, but the only really tall one is this one. But we need an orange handle right here. So, what's the solution here? Tangle Tower. Come on. There we go. I gotta be careful with my setup sometimes. Ready. So let's try it with just these two swapped.
Still locked.
Let me see.
So, the paper jigsaw puzzle shows the position of. There's a couple of brushes with each character.
Ready. Let me see. Boo boo boo. Okay. Try that one. And then this one. Boom, 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 boom.
I did it. What do I win?
Ah, sweet. Sorry that took a while.
Not bad. What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Oh. Ripped photo. A photograph of two young girls, one with red hair and the other with green hair. Photo has a large piece missing. It seems to have been ripped off. Okay, so that's a picture of Freya and somebody else. We'll eventually find out who. Ready? I think we're done in here. Library.
curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Nice. Alrighty, let's talk.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
Nice.
No, but that would be most amusing.
That'd be badass. I'd totally buy some glasses like that.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
How awkward. What do you say to that? Like, she's so logical, but at the same time it's like, that's really bad.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face. She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
I guess that's just kind of how humans' emotions work, darling. That's why.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been... non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
It's so bad when there's a rift in the family, especially when it comes to mother and daughter who just can't seem to understand each other. That's so sad.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No?
Oh.
Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
At least she's honest.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are
Touche.
you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent. Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased.
Oh.
Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Yep. Okay, I think we can give her samples of blood and she'll test it or tell us something about it.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Oh, okay. Interesting thing to say, eh?
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Yep, that's when you're supposed to find
It is a
these.
model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you notice, she's not there, which is really sad.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed a test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
She is a scientist. She would know these things.
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
But why? BC, MDA, open letter, heart.
I
Sharp
believe
spot.
Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
Yep. Again, logical.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
Here we go.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Later. So when that happens, you can go to them and you can complete the last thing. You might have noticed there was a fourth thing that was locked. Now you can ask him about that. Oh, that's fun.
A new suspect! Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise!
Save it for the judge.
These are two adults playing with a teddy bear. That's so funny.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
What should you grandma? That's great. Basically everybody's relation to everybody from the looks of it. Nice. These are characters you'll see later.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
Interesting.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
Nice. But pretty boring for us.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Let's see.
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Okay, another puzzle. We're meant to make a key using just these. Oh wow, did I actually get this?
I guess that's wrong.
The four lenses all
too
have
easy.
different magnifications, so they must each have a specific position along the rail.
Ah, yeah, because of this. Ah, this would be too easy. I don't know if that's 100% easy.
No,
Let's
that
see.
was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay, good. Woo!
Nice work.
Yes.
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
Let's check it out. Secret diary. A well-used diary was a well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Okay. Nice. You could potentially ask Fifi about that.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
Nice.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Fifi's room actually looks pretty nice. Definitely scientist room.
A pretty ornate window. A great view of the lake.
Hey, Autumn. Yeah. Say hi. Hi. It's just one viewer, but that's okay. I'm doing just a sort of ASMR kind of thing. The good news is, it looks like the Switch is doing all right.
Oh, nice.
Yep, there's still a bit of a delay on the stream itself, but I fixed a few things, so it's not quite as bad. So hopefully I might be able to smooth it out a little bit more. I'm just glad the Switch is doing okay.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
So hopefully I can stream more stuff soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light.
Oh, you're looking for Dina? Might be on my shelf.
A simple trick, but it really transforms the space.
Okay.
That's a whole lot of books.
Uh-huh. Ready? Suspicion.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious about it.
You sure?
I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It has the wrong lid on. It's not the right color. It's not your paint pot. I think it's this one.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Let's look. Oh, ready. Oh, I think it's Freya's paint pots because it has a crack in it.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Yes. To Grimoire's mind. Alright. Okay, it doesn't have a crack in it, but let's see. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with, was broken by, is full of, was used to paint. Exactly the same as, was stolen and replaced with Felix's paint pot. And used as the murder weapon. And both were left in Flora's tower, but the lids were swapped to hide it. At least, oh, right. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it. I think that's it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Yep.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Oh, is it? Alrighty. Was used to destroy, was somehow filled with... Yep. It's because Felix's paint pot was somehow filled with blood. Or at least Freya's was. So... was somehow filled with blood. After Freya used it to paint the floor, and emptied out on the floor before Freya used it to paint the floor, and then locked away by Freya several weeks ago after Freya. Before.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Yep.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Yeah, I could see that. Especially giving a little figurine of Freya after she's just been murdered in front of her. It would be a little gruesome. Alrighty. Let's go out here. Alrighty, to the stone square. Hello there.
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Don't you see the coat?
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
No.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire.
Hey.
Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
Hey.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh. Right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Nice. But we gotta talk.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Yeah. Also, her whole outfit is just so extra. Like, wow. She really looks like a hard-boiled detective in, like, some cartoon or something. It's, like, wild.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Uh-huh.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house.
I bet.
I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Alrighty, interesting. Let's ask about everybody else.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
As if maybe she's waiting for something.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
Yeah, everyone really gives it to Felix. I like Fifi, but yeah, everyone finds her difficult to deal with, which is just kind of sad on her part.
314 cases solved. 314.
Nice. Keep up, Grimoire, come on.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
Ah, come on, it'd be so much easier if you just told us. Come on. Okay, is there anything?
I
That's
admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
Maybe. Have to see. What about this? What do you think about this one?
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Yep.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
Even if it seems very impossible that a painting could have stabbed someone. Alrighty. Alrighty for now, I'll probably end the stream right here. We've talked to a majority of the people. This was basically just meant to be a chill kind of like test stream, a little bit of stress relief for me, so I'll be seeing y'all later. Bye.